We're going to be premiering November 14th on Shudder, the first episode with Mr. David Desmalchian. So you guys are all ahead of the curve. We're very excited about. And you've seen these lovely guest stars, but we also have the incredibly talented Taylor Garrett, who will be joining us. We have Tim Sharp, who will be joining us as well. And also, someone very close to our hearts, my wife, Katie Aselton, will be joining us for an episode of this show.
Lovely.
Some people might know what that means, but you're just going to have to wait and see.
Well, I mean, let's start there. Like, how do you decide who your collaborators are on these episodes?
I mean, luckily, being in Los Angeles, there's just a plethora of amazing actors who...
They have actors in Los Angeles?
Not a lot, some of which are not working right now. So it's been really, I mean, one of the joys of this show to be able to sort of pick these people that some are people who are dear friends who we've collaborated with before, but some are people that were like, we've always wanted to work with, like David. David was someone who was kind of a dream, no-brainer choice for our show.
I believe there was, I don't know if this is true in every theater, but at least here there was a very audible gasp when that mask came off. So
that was fun. That was cool. Yeah. But I think part of the fun of making this show also is that, you know, for the sort of verisimilitude and making it feel like, you know, true found footage, it's almost better if you don't have famous people in there, because you're just like, oh, what's Channing Tatum doing here? And so we told Channing no. We're like, sorry, Channing, you can't do it. But it gives us this natural opportunity to give a lot of people their start, performers that we love who maybe, you know, haven't popped yet, and they can come with us and do their thing. That's something we love doing.
Yeah, it's great. You know, so when I found out y'all were coming back, we had a new season coming, you know, I was thinking back through 2 features and a season of a show already, and it's like, how do you keep it fresh? And then, you know, I got to see 2 of the 3 of these ahead of time. It's like, well, this is how you keep it fresh. But I'd love to hear from you, like, when you guys sat down and started thinking about a new season, what was important to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's funny because, like, we've been making this for so long now, and inevitably, as it's moved along as a project, like, hearing from the fans and hearing reactions from people has been something that's influenced what we end up doing. And so what was so great about the first season was we made that in a vacuum. That was just me and Mark saying, I guess maybe they'll want to watch this at some point, and making it on our own. And then finally AMC and Shudder were so gracious enough to buy us and put us on the show, on the platform. But with this season, with this second season, I mean, we really used that first season as almost like a test to see like what stuck, what didn't, and, you know, what we got from that was essentially kind of a mandate to just be as weird as we possibly could. So
that's what people have told us is just go weird. So I see Creep Tapes as this very long, dark, strange hallway with lots of doors on each side, and we try to open a door and step inside of something different, and just when you think, okay, I think I know what this format's going to be, we try to leave that door and open it so that ideally you don't paint yourself into a corner and feel like after 4 seasons, we blew it, you know, and we kind of want to keep expanding, and that means taking wild swings and doing different things and having fun with it, and I think the recklessness is part of what keeps us alive and interested creatively, so we're just trying to, like, you know, just follow that.
Love it. I mean, you've always had little nuggets, little references to other movies in your work, but we just saw a whole Saw episode. Yeah. Yeah, like, I'd just love to hear about, like, when did y'all realize you wanted to do that?
Also, we just want to make this clear. I don't think, I'm just going to call him Joseph, but I don't think Joseph's ever seen the movie Saw.
He definitely has.
I think Joseph has an idea of what Saw is.
He means it when he says he can't watch scary movies. Yeah. It's too much for him.
I believe everything he says.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
oh, good.
He very sincerely believes everything he says.
Yes. There are things that are true but not factual, and that's okay. But I think with the Saw episode, you know, we started thinking, God, this would be kind of fun and referential, and like, should we do this? It's ridiculous. Oh my God, should we? And then Patrick, about a week later, was like, well, now we have to do it. And I was like, well, why? And he's like, because I found the room that they shot Saw in, and we can shoot in the actual room, and it's not
That was the actual room where they shot Saw.
So we're like, well, all right, we got to do it. Let's do it. So yeah, you too can have your birthday party inside of that room for a modest fee if you're interested. So.
I love that. Well, you've talked a little bit about the guests coming up in the rest of the season, are there any other surprises you'd like to tease for us other than guests?
We can't. I don't think
Sure.
so.
Legally,
Makes sense.
Yeah, they might be mad at us if we do it. No, but what I will say is, we have a really good relationship with AMC and Shudder. We really appreciate what they do, and I'm sure you guys hear about like, oh, the industry's changing, and like, are they going to be making just like the same kinds of shows we see? And they have really committed to us and our weirdness and said like, you guys want to keep going? We'll keep the show on the air for you. We try to make it really, really cheaply. So we have this wonderful partnership where we don't make it too hard on them for us to keep going. So like it or not, we'll probably be back here every year until we can't stand up making more seasons of this show. So.
Sounds like your terms are acceptable. Well, I mean, you mentioned shooting this, as cheap as possible, and I'm sure you probably even talked about this when you were here last year. But yeah, I'd love to hear just a little bit about how you do that. Like, what's the process when you're producing a new season?
I mean, it's funny because for better or worse, we try to rely on this alchemy that I think we created when we made the first movie, which was the idea of making something with only 2 people and seeing if we could do that. That's expanded out of 5. So we have a producer, it's me and Mark, and then we have Chris Donlin, who's kind of our third brother and producer, and he edits every piece of Creep that exists. And then now we get a guest star, for each of these episodes. And that's been sort of the unexpected joy for us, is being able to bring these people in for this very concentrated, very intense, and sometimes like emotional period of time where we're having to go super deep with these people super quickly. We're literally sleeping in the same house together. We didn't sleep in the Saw room together, but
I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
but it was more expensive. But Patrick's right. We usually, we find a house like an Airbnb or something, and then we stay there and shoot there and live together. And we shoot the episode over the course of 2 or 3 days, so it's this concentrated thing. And of course, we could increase the crew size, but I think for us, what's important is not only to keep the cost down so we can stay weird and stay on the air. That's a big part of it. But I think also the intimacy of it, as Patrick and I spend our other months and weeks doing bigger productions and the responsibilities of being fathers and all this stuff. This is this little playground for us to return to and be stupid, puerile 12-year-old boys following our bliss. And it's become like a cornerstone of our lives in some weird way.
I love it. So based on the crew positions I'm used to hearing about, and also the things you would need if you're staying on location for several days. Sounds like you're light a few people, so y'all are cooking for each other. Y'all are doing everything together, right?
Mark is literally cooking breakfast for us every morning before he does all of that.
I definitely do breakfast. I love a breakfast, you guys. Well, it depends on who's there, depends on the day.
Good question, thank
But
you.
I do believe in protein in the morning. I'm just like a dad. I'm just like, guys, I know you want your bread and stuff like that, but can we get some eggs in here? Like, we're gonna need some energy. We're gonna need some energy for the day,
I love it.
You wanna? Let's open up.
Yeah,
Let's see if anybody has any
I was
questions.
thinking this is.
Sometimes
we got
people
just
get
a
curious.
couple more minutes.
Yeah, go
right here.
Go ahead. She says she loves and hates those locations.
We love and hate the locations too. I mean, it's so funny because like when we shot the first movie and the second movie, we shot in Airbnbs and vacation homes, and it was something that I was like incredibly self-conscious of at first, of like no production designer, like what are we doing here? These places look ridiculous. It says like "Life is Great" by the lake behind Mark while he's wearing a fucking wolf mask about to axe someone in the head. But now it's like that is our aesthetic. Airbnb is our aesthetic. Like what and it's been, and we have this character who's also claiming that all these houses are his, and I just love the juxtaposition of the decor and this guy.
Sometimes you walk into a place and it's perfectly imperfect.
Yes.
And we accept as is.
Love it.
There's
Anything
one on
else,
the
though?
end over there.
Nope,
Okay.
you pointed.
Okay, you go ahead. Yeah. Okay. First of all, it's a wonderful projection of yours as a football fan
Right.
that I've made creep to prove that football fans can be weirdos, and I want you to hold on to that forever, no matter what I say. That is the truth, for sure. I can answer half of that question, which is the unexpected lifelong franchise that this has become, starting with Patrick and myself when Patrick was maybe 27 years old and we were friends, and this is the first thing he'd ever made out of film school, and the two of us in that cabin chasing the small kernel of an idea of how much we love uncomfortable silences and funny, strange, slightly scary human behavior. That was it. That was really all we had, and it has grown into this thing that I think we can call a franchise now, which is so ridiculous when I think about that this is that, but it is. And you know, for those of you who are artists or aspiring to do that stuff, I will just say that like it's probably going to be the most unexpected things that offer you sustainability. And you really got to pay attention to it, because this could have just been one strange movie, one and done, but it continued to grow for us.
I love that. I'm being told to wrap it up, and so I think that is a great place to leave it.
Okay.
Leave that note with everyone. Y'all give it up again for
Thank you
Mark.
guys so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
November 14, come see us.
Thank you.